Yo, what's going on, guys? Before you check out this video, I just want you to know if you're on Facebook or Instagram, make sure you check those out down here below because I'm constantly putting up content on those as well if that's your platform. Enjoy the video. Yo, what's going on, guys? Chris Bonner here, Overtime Athletes. Today's video, what I wanted to share with you guys is something I utilize or that you could utilize for speed. So often when I'm working with athletes and we're working something where I'm trying to increase their speed, I do a top-down perspective or bottom-up perspective, whichever one you want to call it, basically an assessment where I'm looking at them and constantly seeing how they move to see if they are in the most, they have the best mechanical efficiency, right? So essentially what that means is their body is performing at a high rate and their mechanics are on point so that they can produce faster movement and more efficient movement, right? So one thing that I commonly see with a lot of athletes when it comes to sprinting or jumping is that their hip flexors become too tight, right? So if you think about it just from a practical level, if you're an athlete and you're sprinting, right, and you can't get full extension of the hip because it's too tight here, you're constantly losing that little bit in your stride. Now, there has been some studies out that say it's more about the force than the actual receiving full hip extension. However, I have noticed increase in athletes when I'm able to open up that hip a little bit more. One guy that you can read, I think he made an article on it not too long ago. One of the best speed coaches out there, his name is Lawrence Seagraves, and he had one about full hip extension versus more optimal force. But regardless, I have experienced guys have a little bit more hip extension and be able to become faster in their top speed mechanics. So with that said, one simple test that I like to utilize with a lot of my athletes, or that you guys can utilize at home, to test yourself to see if you need to work on your hip flexors because you're sitting all day, is essentially a standard box test. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a box. You want it at about knee level, right? This doesn't really concern you. You just don't want it above your knees at first. All you're going to do is place one leg on there. From that one leg, I want you to stand as tall as you possibly can, right? So if you can see, I'm going to switch right here. So if you can see, I'm as tall as I possibly can. My spine is neutral and I'm completely upright. From this stance, what I want to do is I want to lift this knee over this hip and see if I can maintain it without my butt tucking under, right? So that's kind of what you're looking for. Can you maintain complete upright posture while you lift this leg up here? What happens with some guys who are extremely tight is you're gonna see that butt tuck under because this hip is tight here, right? So they can't maintain that. So you wanna be able to hold that there for an extended period of time. And if you think about it, as I'm going through my through my stride, I'm able to get full hip extension without it tugging on me and pulling on that glute, which can essentially mess up your mechanics. So that's a simple test that you guys could try at home. However, if you do experience yourself not being able to do this, or it's extremely tough, or you find yourself coming down here because the hip is too tight, what I would ask you guys to do is focus on opening it up by performing some kind of a lunge movement where you're really focusing on stretching out that hip flexor. I hope that helps. That's a little test that you guys can utilize at home. Makes you guys faster because I want to see you guys get faster. And we'll holler at you next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you're interested in becoming a better athlete, whether that be sprinting, jumping, strength, or overall looking like an athlete, go ahead and click the box here on my side and make sure that you subscribe to my videos here so I can keep sending them to you. Holler.